Hello and welcome to today's program. I'm Adrian Atkinson, your guide through this edition of Jamaica Magazine. We have a wonderful lineup just for you. Don't go anywhere. With the last Sunday of the month set aside to celebrate our children, we have a treat for you and them. In this week's Get the Facts, Theodore is joined by three of Jamaica's brightest young minds. Let's join in on the conversation. Stellar representatives of our future are joining me today for today's Get the Facts discussion. And based on our pre-chat, I can say with confidence that our future is looking bright. I am joined by Gabrielle Lloyd, an 11-year-old grade 6 student at St. John the Baptist Kinder Preparatory School, where she serves as deputy head girl. This honor student has lent her academic prowess to the school's Junior Schools Challenge quiz and debating teams. She's a dancer as well. She dances at the Ligony Dance Academy, and she is part of the dance ministry at her church, St. Richard of Chichester Roman Catholic Church. Now, if you're a fan of the popular School Challenge quiz program, then our next guest is no stranger at all to you. She has been a member of the St. Jago High 3-time consecutive winning team since age 12, and despite being the youngest member of the team, she has served as its captain 3 times during her 5-year stint. She loves to sing and is a member of her school choir. She's Janelle Esson. And the male of the bunch, he's a 6th form student at the Wolmer's Boys High School where he's preparing for graduation. The deputy head boy does very well academically. He's earned 9 1s in his CSEC exams, but even in sports, he's scoring well, exceptionally even. He's the captain of the school's basketball and table tennis teams. They won the All-Ireland Under-19 basketball competition and the All-Ireland, both the All-Ireland and the Urban Under-19 table tennis competition. He's also a peer tutor and he hopes to become an engineer. He is Jelani Barnaby. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Let's jump right into it. Now, I want a short answer from all of you, but then we'll break up the questions a little bit, all right? So, starting with Gabrielle. What is that specific achievement that you're most proud of?
The achievement I'm most proud of is the fact that I got deputy head girl, as I had to work really hard to make sure that I got enough votes to beat the other candidates, as the other candidates were also very hardworking.
Oh man, and that's the badge you're wearing right now. That's a politician in the making, maybe. Janelle.
Well, the achievement that I'm most proud of is definitely the 3-peat, 2022, 2023, 2024 victories in Schools Challenge Quiz.
And you were captain for all 3.
Right.
Excellent. Jelani.
The achievement I'm most proud of is winning the All-Ireland basketball competition, because the year before we were ranked as 14th.
14?
In front of 2 schools that didn't even participate.
Oh wow, that's a huge jump. And that was this year?
Yeah, it was a monumental win for us and the school.
All right. So, Jelani, let's keep going with you. How do you manage your time effectively? 9 1s in CSEC, playing basketball, playing tennis. How do you balance all that?
I believe that it's all about time management. Mm-hmm. What I normally do is I set a to-do list in the morning of what I have to do and what I'd want to do.
Right.
And really follow that model, and then after I have achieved or completed all these tasks, that's when I'm able to unwind, and that's when I'm able to really level the difference between or balance the work and life.
Right,
scale.
right. Okay, so you're working with structure.
Yes.
All right, cool. Gabrielle, now you overcame the obstacle of the other great candidates in becoming deputy head girl, but tell me about academically. Have you ever had a time when you encountered a really difficult academic challenge and you just,
Most academics come across as simple to me, but in specific subjects like social studies or mental ability, my teachers do things like they say that the way my thinking is, it's not the answer that they're asking for in exam, and they claim it as wrong. Which really upsets me. I would say that's the most difficult obstacle I face in my academics.
How do you deal with that?
I normally just look at it through their way and through my way and think about which one I think makes more sense.
Okay, okay. Out of the box thinking. Jenny, it's your time. Now, give me the top one individual in your life that has been instrumental and in your success, and how did that person help you?
Well, definitely my mom. I would have to say that she really was instrumental in my success because of all the sacrifices that she and my dad.
She stopped? She was or she is?
She is still
Okay.
instrumental, as well as my dad too. But like the two of them together really are my biggest support system. So that pushes me to work harder, to focus more, and just to get the job done.
Like how? You say pushes you to do these things, but how? Like, is it like pressure or encouragement or what?
No pressure whatsoever. If anything, I put more pressure on myself than they put on me.
Alright.
Because just seeing how hard they work to get me to be where I am today, send me to school, stuff like that. That is what motivates me. I'm like, okay, mommy and daddy spend so much money. You have to do something because you're not working. So do something to repay them.
And they support you in all your...
Definitely.
That is good. That is good. That is good. All right, Jelani, I'm coming back to you. Mentorship. Have you been mentored?
I wouldn't really say so particularly. I guess you could say unofficially by my uncle.
Yeah.
He kind of leads his organization in the field that I'd want to go into
Which is?
or pursue, which is engineering.
Okay, cool.
And I would say not only engineering he talks to me about life, how to navigate different spaces as I get older.
Right.
So I would say that he's my...
So you think mentorship is important to the growth of a young man, a young woman?
I believe it is, because the best way to get where you want to go is to find out how to get there. And how to get there, you can ask people who are where you want to be. And they will kind of give you advices and let you know how to navigate past different potholes that are really unnecessary to go through.
All right, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. We're talking to our future. I mean that with everything in there. We're talking to our future. We're going to go to a break right now. You don't want to miss the other half of this conversation. So please, stay with us.
The future of every nation depends on every child. Let us recommit ourselves to the cause of children's rights. Let us pledge to be vigilant guardians of their innocence, their right to education, to safety, and to a future filled with promise. Let us encourage them to stand up, speak out, and ensure that every child's voice is heard, every child's right is protected, and every child's future is bright.
Welcome back. We have in our midst some brilliant young minds sharing with us how they managed to stay atop their studies while balancing other engagements. Let's begin with you, Janelle, on this question. But Gabriel, I want to hear your opinion on this as well. Janelle, how do you prepare for competitions and those high-stress events?
Right, so in preparing for competitions, I definitely have to pray first before anything, because can't do anything without God.
Okay.
And then I just basically talk to myself, ensure to stay calm, know that I've put in the good, hard, honest work, so I shouldn't worry about outcome or anything like that. Just focus right through and do what I've been taught to do.
That's fascinating, Janelle. So it's not even the knowledge first, it's the remaining calm.
Yes, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. Gabriel, what about you?
I normally go into competitions with something that I say to keep in mind. It's that if we've tried our best and made no mistakes and we still didn't end up getting what we wanted, then that's it, we've done nothing wrong. But if we did make mistakes and didn't end up getting what we wanted, then it's a way for us to learn from our mistakes and not make them again.
So it sounds like you have a little philosophy. If at first you don't succeed, find out why. That is interesting. That is interesting. Jelani, back to you. You're about to graduate, leaving sixth form, heading on to bigger and better things. How do you envision your achievements and your skills, sports, engineering you want to enter, all of it, how do you envision those things impacting in a positive way Jamaica?
Well, I believe that the best way to lead is by example. And I believe that by doing the things that I'd want or I would encourage other people to do would be the best way of encouraging them to follow in the same path in their own right, whether it's debating, swimming, or even like Janil with School Challenge Quiz.
Right. Have you ever faced this? I really have to ask this. Have you ever faced this? People see you're successful and they treat you like, all right, there's something special about Jelani. You know, he's amazing. I am not. What would you say to that sort of person?
Well, I always believe that you don't really know someone until you are that person, or until you
walk in their shoes.
Yeah, walk in their shoes. Right. And I would tell the person that everybody has their own time. You always hear situations about people peaking in high school.
Right.
And then the rest of their life is not as accomplished as what they have done in high school, and you hear the opposite. So I would tell them that their time has come. Their time will come.
Right. Thank you for that. Janil, coming back to you. Have you noticed that the way you learn has had to change over the years?
Definitely.
Tell us about it.
All right, so when I came into high school fresh out of, because I was the pep guinea pig, my set was the first to sit the exam, so jumping into high school, critical thinking was something that I had learned from PEP, so I implemented that into my learning. And when COVID hit, we had to readjust because online school, issues with Wi-Fi, stuff like that. So grasping information became a lot harder. Had to find more resources, Google, YouTube, stuff like that. And then when I came back into physical school, it was that much more difficult because I'm so used to just logging on to class. I'm in bed same way. I'm just learning virtually, but I have to be sitting in a classroom in front of the teacher, engaging with the teacher. Right, so it was very difficult. And even doing quiz, that helped a lot because you have to be quick on your feet in quiz, and that teaches you to think fast, think critically, get the answer out as fast as possible. So that worked really well for me and it helped a lot.
Thank you. Continue learning and continue adjusting. That's good life advice. Gabriel, I want this one for you. You feel like the philosopher in our midst. What have you learned? So what are some of the lessons? Give me the top 2 lessons that you've learned from your academic successes and challenges.
The number one lesson that I learned was most likely from becoming deputy head girl. When I was actually aiming to become head girl. And it's that even though I do have good grades and I don't get in trouble, that might not be what you need to be a leader, which is what I was aiming for.
Tell me more about that. What do you mean?
Well, I mean that I didn't really have all of the leadership qualities that my other opponent had that got head girl.
Okay. So that's something that, as you said in your earlier answer, something that you acknowledge and you work on and you go again. Okay. Thank you for that. That's some wisdom right there. We're in the tail end of our interview, guys. I've been amazed by your answers. I wish we could talk some more. But our audience, I'd like you to give our audience something in these parting moments. And we started with you, Gabriel, so I'm going to go from the opposite direction. What advice would you give to your peers who aspire to excel in school? They're encumbered by all kind of other activities. They might think, okay, the place I live is not good enough, the struggles I have to go through. There's a lot of things that I feel like I'm being held down. Some of your peers are watching right now. So starting with Jelani, Janelle, Gabriel, what advice would you give?
Well, I would tell that person that A major key or ingredient to success is focus. You can have the discipline, the consistency, which are important, but if you're focusing on a lot of different things or if you're distracted, the success will not come. So focus is the most important thing, and despite where you come from, you don't try to take that as an excuse or use that to be complacent. You just believe that everybody's given the same chance,
Right.
and you apply focus.
And lists are a good focus tool you'd recommend?
Yes.
Okay. Janine?
Right, so my advice is simply just be break the glass ceiling in everything. So you come from a neighborhood that's not so great or there's a lot of violence. Be that person who comes out of that in success. Let that motivate you to work even harder. Say that, oh, everybody in my family is either they own a shop or they do this. Not to stereotype anyone, but you see that that's where your family has decided to stop. Don't stop there. Continue to work hard and grow. Work really hard. And as Jelani said, focus is really important. I believe that, because without focus, all your hard work would be in vain. So I would say focus, pray, and prayer without work is dead. So pray, put in the hard work, and don't worry about the outcome.
So it's not even so much about whether it's fair or not. It's about how much you're willing to get there.
Right.
Thank you for that. Gabrielle?
I would say that all the obstacles, like where you live, or if you have money, or if you don't have any friends, or anything of the sort, are obstacles that you can use to your advantage to become a better person that lives above those obstacles and not beneath them.
Use the difficulty. Thank you so much. I said it before, and I'm going to say it again here at the end. We have spoken with the future. And if there are any indication, the future of Jamaica is bright. That's it for Get the Facts. And until next time, I'm Theodore Henry. Please, take care.
Are you an entrepreneur producing an excellent Jamaican product or service? Did you know you can earn hard currency and more significant returns by exporting? Contact the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce to help propel your business along the export lane.
Everything you can produce, the Jamaicans overseas want it. We're not going to get rich by just bringing down the debt. We're going to get rich by exporting a lot more. So grow exports, create job opportunities, drive economic growth through exports to make Jamaica a richer and much more prosperous country.
On the brink of closing out the month of April, Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett gave his sectoral debate presentation, delivering news sure to make the country happy. Those directly linked to the industry are primed to be the happiest. Take a look.
Tourism is the backbone of the Jamaican economy, and it is our responsibility to ensure its long-term economic viability and sustainability. We must prioritize policies and programs that support Jamaicans, who are the backbone of this industry.
The Jamaican government is expanding the capacity of the people at the center of the tourism industry, providing greater incentives to generate a higher level of productivity.
It's a paradigm which shows that 80% of tourism experiences is owned by the little people, but they get only 20% of the return. So we have to find a way to rebalance that.
And so began the government's three-point strategy to enable small enterprises to scale up. This includes training for tourism workers, providing funding and financing at affordable rates, and marketing. as seen with the newly opened Falmouth Artisan Village, the first of its kind in Jamaica and the Caribbean.
We are building a strong foundation and have already implemented programs that train our youth for tourism jobs, initiatives that support small businesses, policies that encourage locally sourced goods, and a focus on sustainable practices that protect our environment, the very thing, indeed, that attracts visitors to our country.
And with that, the first ever Gastronomy Academy will be established at the Montego Bay Convention Center. A partnership with the Entertainment Ministry will see to the build-out of the Promise Tourism Entertainment Academy for the training of sous chefs. Another partnership, this time with the Ministry of Education under the Hospitality and Tourism Management Program, will offer associate degrees in hotel management and customer service at the high school level. This way, high schoolers can be trained and qualify for entry into the tourism sector.
Existing tourism workers too are being trained.
What we have done is that we have gone into the hotels where competent workers exist but are not certified. And because they are not certified, their level of advancement in the first area is limited. And the Jamaica Center for Tourism Innovation have gone in with the American Hotel and Lodging Institute and the American Culinary Foundation and have certified these, and we have 15,000 workers who are now certified in various areas.
$1 billion Jamaican was allotted to the Exim Bank, which has been providing loans to small tourism enterprises over the last 3 years.
The result is that some $2.2 billion of loans have been dispersed to over 91 companies, small companies, ordinary small companies who are in the tourism industry.
The ministry will continue to provide market access and greater connectivity between farmers and tourism stakeholders via Alex. Already, 1,100 small farmers have been connected to nearly 300 buyers, and over $1 billion Jamaican has been earned.
This strategy of reaching to the very poor tourism worker is one that had been tugging at me for a while, I must tell you, because I go to see them work. And I recognize that some leave the palatial settings to hovels. And that can't be right.
Tourism workers are set to benefit from the construction of 100 homes in this financial year. The government has put $500 million in place, while the Tourism Enhancement Fund and other tourism partners have agreed to match that amount. An additional 3,000 units are being provided by hotel investors. Approximately 1,500 new jobs are to come on stream in the tourism sector with the opening of 2 new hotels in Western Jamaica.
We will open one with 750 rooms in Trelawney, Rio, yes. And later in the month of May, we will open one in Green Island with 1,000 rooms, Princess. And that will provide a new wave of some 1,500 new jobs. Not 1,500 jobs that had been poached. New jobs created for people.
All while providing a social safety net for the existing workers. The recently implemented Tourism Workers Pension Scheme has been amended to include older contributors.
I'm proud to let you know that 9,447 persons have registered so far, and they have saved in the process $1.2 billion. When added to the $1 billion that we put and the interest that has accrued as a result of good management, we are now $3 billion in the fund.
Raftsmen and fishermen, anyone who contributes more than 30% of their labor to the tourism sector, are eligible to become a member of the scheme. Already, 300,000 to 500,000 employees are said to benefit. This has been made possible by the $1 billion the government contributed to the pension scheme, as well as the contributions of tourism workers.
The vision is not just a vision that is about the tourism worker per se. It's a vision of tourism making a seminal contribution to economic growth and development.
Already, the sector is on track to surpass last year's record of $4.3 billion in earnings, the highest in the country's history. With stopover arrivals estimated at 2.9 million and cruise arrivals expected to reach 1.3 million, both of which are also approximated at a 9% increase from the previous year. 2024's numbers are showing an incredible push.
We have already cleared 1.34 million visitors, earning $1.27 billion for Jamaica. And that represents, of course, 788,000 stopovers, or 7.4% increase. Cruise has come back, 554,560 cruisers, representing a 16.1% increase over the corresponding 3 months last year.
The government has been implementing measures that involves upskilling and certifying thousands of Jamaican workers. Thousands of tourism workers through free programs, provides opportunities for countless families, helping small farmers to stimulate growth in the economy.
When tourism dollars reach local businesses and residents, it creates a more equitable economy, leading to a strong Jamaica where opportunities are accessible to everyone.
Your safety and security continue to be our priority. We are seeing a downward trend in major crimes, and we are investing $650 million in technology improvement for our police force to provide greater coverage across Jamaica by 2028.
Keep that smile on their faces and preserve their innocence. Cherish the moments you have with them and create the best memories. Let's inspire our children to dream big and work hard to achieve all they aspire to be. Take the time to listen to our children and really hear their side of the story. Our children deserve love and the right to access their basic needs. Do your part and protect our children.
We have come to the end of today's show. To catch a repeat of this or any other, feel free to log on to our website, jis.gov.jm. Until next time, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.